Are you supposed to be my little brother's fiancé? I don't really care if you are or not, though. So you don't have to reply back to me if you don't want to. I just wanted to see if this was the real number or not, is all.
Thank you for getting back to me after today, Mina. My name is Josie, by the way, and I really look forward to becoming a part of your family here soon. Yesterday, I had planned on saying hi to you in person, but you had said you were too busy to come out and see me, so I thought at the very least I could ask your brother to have you text me. I'm pretty sure your parents were the ones who gave you my number, too.
Your name's Josie? For some reason, I feel as though I've seen that name before. Well, it's not like the name Josie is that rare, right? By the way, I said you didn't have to reply to me if you didn't want to. The fact that you even want to talk to me right now is a little lame.
Is that what you think? Sorry for wanting to say hi to you then. But I just assumed that it would be good for the both of us to at least converse a little since I'm your brother's fiancé and all. I didn't want our first time meeting one another to be at our wedding or anything. You know?
This is getting so bothersome for me. I really do not care that you want to talk to me right now. I happen to be very busy myself right now, like I was saying before, so that means I don't have the time to really sit and listen to you talking all day. And the same should apply for you with me. The only reason I'll be going to that wedding, by the way, is if there is a really good alcohol there for me to drink. But if I happen to drink the day before, well, don't expect me to be coming in with a hangover or anything.
Oh, is that so? But we do plan on having some really good alcohol over at the open bar, so please don't drink too much the night before, so that you can come out and enjoy some drinks on us. I heard from your brother before that you really like your alcohol, so I planned all of that out for you. I hope you'll be pleased with that.
You're so funny. Well, if there really is going to be some good bottles there, then I suppose I will hold off on drinking a ton until that day. But you better not be lying it being an open bar at your wedding, though.
I'm not. And thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person then.
I never thought that we'd be meeting one another again at this wedding of all places. The day had finally come where I could smoke you in the face like that. I hope you're not too upset with me right now, because it's only fair.
What are you talking about, Mina? How could you charge at me like that before laying all those punches into me? Have you been drinking all morning today or something? You smell like the toilet at a bar.
Trying to act like you don't know anything isn't going to work here. I am still sober enough to know who you are. There was no way I was going to forget about a name like yours. I have come this far with my only intent being that I get my revenge on you after what you did 3 years ago. And even with those 3 punches, I feel like I haven't gotten all my anger out. Come back here and let me get another 5 into you.
This is the first time you and I have ever met, right?
Huh? Don't start saying that you've forgotten about me already. I remember when you came to steal my man from me and ended up pushing me down and punching me before running off with him. You're Josie White. I remember that name better than anything else. Back then, I was pretty drunk myself, so not all of the details are stuck in my memory. But that name you had on your tag then, I remember it very clearly. Down to the way your characters were printed on it.
Wait, but that person isn't me. I never met someone like you before, and that happened 3 years ago to you, right? Back when I was in China for work and was never around the US. And there was never a time when I ran into a drunk woman like you and stole your man.
What? What are you talking about?
That is what I'm wanting to ask you right now, Mina. Are you sure you don't have me confused with another woman you ran into before right now?
What? Is that right? Back then, I took that woman Chanel's purse and vomited into it out of spite for what she'd done to me. Wait, so that wasn't you who came after my boyfriend and stole him from me?
Huh? Wait, are you being for real right now? You went and vomited into someone's Chanel purse out of spite?
What? Are you serious? So it wasn't you from back then? What the heck? Well, sorry about all of that then. Man, I thought I finally had the right person to lay all those punches into, making me feel all refreshed. But you're not even the right person. And there really are 2 Josie Whites on this earth? This is the worst now, actually. I've wasted all that time and energy on the wrong person. Well, now I feel like crap.
Huh? I'm the one that feels like crap now after taking all of those punches from you. My face is completely screwed up right now with all kinds of swelling and bruising to the point that I can't even go out there to have my wedding.
What? Is that so? Put some foundation on it all and that should be enough, right? By the way, get all these guys that took me away and are keeping me in this room to let me out now. Who are they? This venue's security or something? They are all being very annoying right now. I am the groom's sister of all people, yet these men have me in here treating me like an animal at a freaking zoo.
You're less than all of those animals at the zoo, though.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me right then?
I'm saying that you're worse than all of those animals at the zoo combined, Mina. Because of you, all the hard work I put into preparing this wedding these past few months has gone to waste. What the hell do you think you were doing, you bitch? How dare you go at someone and then attack them when you don't even remember what the person who hurt you looked like? And you're telling me that you're sober right now? Are you actually that screwed in the head or something? You literally smell like the kitchen sink at a college house party.
Are you really saying all those things about me right now? I am your fiancé's older sister of all people, right? Do you really think you're going to be able to marry my brother when you're talking about me like that? Huh?
Of course I'm going to be able to marry him, you asshat. Go screw yourself. From what it looks like, from what I've heard, you've been a huge problem for your family a long time ago. Always going out to get wasted and coming home with all kinds of men. And anytime they run into you, you're asking for money without ever paying any of it back to them. I've always been told about how much of a pain you are in the family, but I didn't think you were actually a delinquent. I thought you were just one of those idiots who was too stupid to do anything besides drink all the time. But then you came into a wedding saying that you're sober when you're obviously not, causing everyone even more trouble. I can't believe this.
So you're saying all of that about me? When I get upset, I'm a scary woman, all right? If you keep on acting like that towards me, it's going to be more than just a few punches coming your way.
So now you're threatening me with more violence. The police have already been called to come here and get you, so don't even bother saying anything else like that to me. You really are less than an animal. Having to be surrounded like that by all of this venue security like a monster? I can't wait for the police to come here and take you away. Goodbye forever, you bitch.
You are going way over the line now calling the police like that. Stop crying like a baby over a couple of small punches.
Shut the hell up, you wasted pile of crap. I'm telling you right now that the full cost of this wedding is going to be paid off by you now.
Huh? Don't you even dare say something like that. You think you can make me responsible for all of this? Stop throwing a damn fit over a couple of punches you didn't dodge.
I'm not sure what kind of world you think you're living in right now, but when it comes to us civilized people, we don't just go around attacking others. All of your family is fed up with you completely now and are starting to talk about cutting ties to you. From now on, you're on your own, you frickin' bitch.
Josie, you had a very rough day yesterday. How is all the bruising and swelling on your face doing? I saw there was a lot of bruising and quite a bit of blood coming out from your nose. You really went through hell because of Mina.
Natalie, thank you so much for checking up on me. I'm sorry you had to see me in such a state after she'd attacked me. You came all the way out to see me at my wedding.
Don't be sorry. You didn't do a thing wrong that would make me upset at you. Everything was that horrible woman's fault. Also, I went and started to search around for that other Josie.
And like we were thinking, it was her. Wait, so it really was her then? Josie White? I didn't think it could be possible. You were telling me before about what happened then, and that story seemed a lot like the one that Mina was telling me.
That's right. At first, I never thought that someone would be able to do such a thing to anyone. But after yesterday, I can start to believe it all now.
Then that means that woman, she thought that I was the same Josie White as her, even though we found out that she really spells her name Josie on everything? Which means on her name tag it should have been Josie, yet Mina mistook me for her over one letter? This is even worse than before now. I had to be punched over a single letter?
I know. And that's kind of what we should expect from a drunk like Mina. But even if you were the one that she ran into all those years ago, why would she choose to punch you at your wedding in front of literally everyone? It's unbelievable. There has to be something wrong with that woman's head. And it can't just be all that liquor.
Well, that's why we had to get the police involved afterwards. She's always been that way, though, hasn't she?
She really has been. But thankfully, with the help of the police yesterday, things were able to be put together for that Josie, since she was never able to find the woman who had hurt her at the bar 3 years ago. She told me that she had to run home crying after all that, and she stayed inside her house for weeks because she was never going to find the woman that hurt her. She told me to tell you she's thankful for what you've done. And as for your bruises and everything, she feels really sorry that some of the same things had happened to you. She said that she'd pick you up some gifts and come out to apologize and thank you in person.
What? She doesn't have to do that. It's not like Josie did anything wrong here, right?
Yes, it's very true, but... And I really want for her to understand that, so she doesn't beat herself up anymore.
Her and I are both victims of Mina's attack, so she shouldn't be feeling bad. I don't want her to apologize to me, and I don't even want her thanking me either.
I already told her so, thinking you would say just that. Well, then maybe, next time you both are free, you can have a little victims outing or something. I think that the both of you could become really good friends with one another.
I guess that is true, isn't it? And after all I've been through with Mina, I should go out and talk with her about it all.
Well, of course you should. You should go out and speak to someone that was in the same boat as you.
I'll do that then. Mina, what the hell are you doing right now? You were just sitting outside my place getting ready to ambush me. And when my friend came out of the house, you went up and attacked her. Now you've really made yourself out to be nothing more than a monster and a criminal.
Shut the hell up. Where the hell are you right now, Josie? Why the hell was there another woman at your house?
That happens to be my friend, like I just said. I had forgotten something while I was out shopping earlier, but I already had one of my friends over at my place. So I asked that she hang out there while I ran to the store down the road really quick to grab some things. While I've been out, you came to my place, and mistaking my friend for me, you went and attacked her.
This is all because of you then. All your fault. I thought that when she was coming out of your place, she was you and not some other woman.
If you were really looking for me, then why didn't you realize she wasn't me at all before you ran up and attacked her like that? You really are so frickin' stupid that it's a danger to everyone. Well, whatever. This is the perfect chance for all of us, so let's use it to get together and have a talk. You're already being held inside my place by your little brother and my friend, right?
That's right. What the hell are you all planning to do with me? I am your sister-in-law, for crying out loud. Yet you're treating me like a monster.
Well, since you've been going around attacking people all the time, you kind of are a monster. You're literally what some might call a soon-to-be felon, so you have no right telling us that having you locked up inside the house right now is wrong. So why were you wanting to attack me like that today?
Because of you, I was disowned by all of my family. I've been living in luxury all this time at my parents' house, but they kicked me out of it, and they won't even give me any more money.
That's really unfortunate for you then, isn't it? You seem to have been spoiled a bit too much by all of them. And that's why you've ended up such a self-centered bitch, right? You poor, poor thing. The only option you have left now, though, is to carry on alone and find yourself a new life. One where you're supporting yourself instead of having to rely on everyone else.
Huh? Who the hell do you think you are saying all those things about me? No way you're going to be able to be the only one ending up happy after all of this. I'm going to have you go and talk with my parents about this and have them take me back. I never meant to hurt you at the wedding because I thought that you were someone else entirely.
The reason all of your family became so fed up with you isn't because of what you did to me at my wedding alone. They were all tired of the fact that you did not understand your place at all and continued to act like some kind of a spoiled and drunk princess. Yet even though they all knew you were a good-for-nothing waste of their time and money, they never expected you to do what you did to me at my wedding of all places.
You can say all those things now, but I had no choice. I am a victim, all right? The same as you. Yet why? Why am I the only one getting blamed for everything right now?
About all of that. You're no victim because you happen to be the assailant.
Huh? How about you try saying that again to me?
Sure thing. You happen to be the assailant after what you'd done to me. But even before you went and assaulted me, there was another woman by the name of Josie White who you assaulted. 3 years ago, right? And, well, she just so happens to be a friend of my friend. And the thing is, she does not have the same name as me, since my name is Josie and hers is Josie.
Huh? Are you serious right now? Well, now that you mention it, I didn't really have a good look at her name tag like I thought before. But what are you trying to say with that? Actually, that's making this conversation go by a lot quicker for me then. Her being the one that went and took my man from 3 years ago means it was okay for me to punch you at your wedding. You and her happen to have ties to one another after all. Now you bring her to me, and let me take a few swings at that girl as well. I have a right to beating her up now.
Are you kidding me? Jesus. Listen, Mina, that man you were going out with back then was Keith Wall, right?
Oh, so you know about him as well then. That must mean you are interested in what happened to me back then. That guy? He went with her after that fight in the bar, but came back to me the next day. But he was a lot more boring thereafter, and I soon dumped him because he wasn't the same. I went and blocked him as well, so that I never have to hear from him again. I was never going to have a bastard like him who loved to lay his hands on other women, coming back and begging me to stay.
Well, that Keith Wall just so happened to be married at the time you were with him.
Huh? Well, he did mention something about that once, but who cares? Keith told me that I was way better than his wife, and that's why he wanted to keep going out with me then. He said I was going to hurry up and divorce her so that he could then get married to me. But soon after that, he would talk to other women while getting completely drunk himself. I started to get so fed up with his crap that the next woman who came in, that Josie, I went and punched. Then I started to feel sick from all the shots I've been taking and went and vomited in that Chanel bag. I felt like I'd really shown her what was up that night.
Mina, right now you are saying some of the most insane things to me, and it's really hurting my head. Are you not aware of that yet?
Huh? What do you want? Do you have some more complaining to do regarding what I'm saying? The only one who is insane is that woman who thought she could have Keith. She's your friend, right? Your friend of a friend or something? I had every right attacking that woman for laying her hands on my man.
You were the one laying your hands on someone else's husband, all right? If you're wanting to talk about who deserved to have their crap rocked that night, it should have been you.
Huh? I was more important to him than his wife, though. He told me that he wanted to marry me, so stop trying to make it seem like I was the one at fault for all of this. I had been waiting a long time for him to break things off with his wife and divorce her, but that never ended up happening. And then, when he started to talk to all these other women, I couldn't stand it. How dare he, right? That night was the last straw for me, and that's why I blew up and took it out on that chick.
No matter how you try and spin the story, you always make yourself look like the bad guy. When it came to Josie back then, she had another man already. Keith happened to be a coworker of her boyfriend, and so there were plenty of people there just chatting and having a good time. It was their day off work, so there were plenty of people from Keith's office there with him, right? He wasn't doing anything wrong, and neither was she, as all they were doing was standing next to one another and talking. But then you started to freak out and ran over to them as they were talking. And right when Josie thought you were coming up to say something, you knocked her to the floor and threw up in her bag. You really caused quite the mess that night, didn't you, Mina?
Huh? What? Then that woman, she wasn't interested in taking Keith away from me?
Not at all. She wasn't even interested in any of the men there besides her boyfriend she'd been with. Really, all she was Keith's coworker's girlfriend.
Oh, is that right? Well then, it's all her fault for getting too close to him that night. Her being seen by me that close to him was bad luck for her, I guess. Huh.
So, about that Josie from before, she should be standing there right in front of you.
What? Wait, does this mean that the woman I just went and attacked?
Yes, that's exactly what that means. However, your little brother did seem to see it coming and came out the front door to tell her to watch out. Thank goodness he did that and put a stop to your ambush before you did any serious damage to her.
So, this is really her? I totally forgot what her face looked like then.
Right now, you're going to be paying her back for that Chanel bag of hers that you destroyed 3 years ago. And then you are going to be going to the wife of Keith, who you'd been taking him from, and paying her a settlement for that, as she is well aware of who you are now.
Huh? What are you going on about right now?
After that night, she noticed something was seriously up with her husband and started to look into things a bit more. After a few years, she had finally found enough evidence that pointed to him cheating on her with someone like you, and she was about to go out and confront you even. But she ended up thinking that she'd never actually be able to accuse you of anything since she didn't already have any proof directly linking you to what happened. So she just sat back and cried about how her husband had been cheating on her with someone she couldn't prove. Until the other day when I was able to get in touch with her and tell her everything.
Huh? What are you talking about, seriously? You're making it seem like I'm the only one at fault for everything, right? She should be blamed as well for having never pleased her husband enough, causing him to go out with me.
That kind of thought process makes you a total bitch. It doesn't matter what you have to think about all this because you're the only one who's attacked people and gone out with a married man knowingly. It's because of you he has to be divorced by her now. But isn't that wonderful for you? Just like you'd been wanting him to hurry up and do, he's finally getting that divorce.
What? So what you're saying is that I can now marry Keith?
We'll have to see about that one, though. How about you go and have a chat with him about that later? Then you'll be able to find out if he'd really be willing to marry you now.
Well, if he's really going to be single now, then I guess he shouldn't be too boring anymore then. He happens to still be working for a very good company. And if he's willing to help me out a little bit financially, I'd be fine with being his wife now.
For the time being, please pay off all the things you're being asked to pay. And another thing, whatever happens with your life after today has nothing to do with me. I'll go ahead and tell Keith your new number, but that's the last thing I'll do for you. After that, you're on your own on your journey to hell, and you will not be talking to me again. After Mina went and paid Josie back for that Chanel bag she ruined 3 years ago, she left our place and ran over to find Keith. But when she got there, she was captured by his wife, and when that happened, she went missing for some time. From what I've heard, Keith's wife is a very scary woman, and so when she got a hold of Mina, she was not only going to get her to pay the settlement, but also pay me for the wedding she had ruined. But when I've started to think about where Mina even got that money from to pay us all, it's a bit of a mystery. I don't think anyone will ever really know, but one thing is for sure, and that's that Mina will never be returning to her old life of being a spoiled bitch ever again. That wife of Keith's looks like a great person on the outside, but it's well known that she has some rather scary connections as well. And so when Mina was taken away, she most likely sent her off to go and work for them. When it comes to Keith himself, it turns out that a year or so ago, his company found out that he had been cheating on his wife as well. And that led the company to force him to quit somehow, and after that he was never really heard from again. And the deal was really sealed once his wife went and got her divorce. I'm sure he has the same fate as Mina does, working for one of his wife's strange and scary connections, trying to make all that money that went into paying off his half of the settlement to her. We'll never really know what happened to them, but one thing is for sure, and that's that they are living life in hell right now. There's something I'd like to discuss with you regarding the new house you built for us. Oh? What's this all about so suddenly? Well, you see, it turns out that only my husband, mother-in-law, and I will be living in that house. Wait, What are you talking about? So my husband and I have decided that you won't be living there. You need to find another place to live. Wait, what? That house was built with my money. Why on earth can't I live there? It's your mother's wishes. My mother's wishes? What are you talking about? You know the house was built to accommodate your mother's wheelchair, right? Yes, that's right. Well, your mother has made it clear that she doesn't want to live with you. She said she absolutely doesn't want you to be the one taking care of her. She said that? It seems like you two haven't been on the best of terms for a while now. I mean, our personalities have clashed since I was young, but... Well, apparently your mother has been tolerating it for a long time. But now, as she approaches her later years, she just wants to live peacefully and freely. So she's decided that she doesn't want to live with you anymore. Imagine being disliked that much by your own mother. Wait, my mother said that? She told you this? Yes, she did. You could ask her directly if you'd like. I think I'll pass. I have a feeling I know what she'd say. Great! So it's decided that my husband, mother-in-law, and I will be living in the new house. But I paid for that house with my money. I have every right to live there too. Didn't you use your father's inheritance to build that house? So technically, it belongs to the family, and my husband and I, as the real family, will live there. There's no problem with that. Besides, your father's probably happy in the afterlife now that the one he disliked is no longer in the house. My father wouldn't have... He wouldn't say that. What does my brother say about all of this? Oh, he's thrilled. After all, who on earth would want to live with someone like you? It's no wonder you're still single at 30. That's not true, is it? Absolutely. So you better start looking for a new place soon, don't you think? We've given you a month's notice, which is more than fair, right? Yeah, I guess I can find another house. Good. Also, from now on, please don't come near our new home. I wouldn't want you ruining our happy family life, my loving husband, mother-in-law, and I. We deserve some peace. I see. Oh, I can't wait to start our new life in that beautiful new house.
Beth, did you go have a look at the new house?
No, not yet. I visited a few times while it was still under construction, but it's not quite finished.
Wow, I'm still shocked that you're really building a house.
Really? Why so surprised?
Well, I mean, you built it for Mom, right?
Yeah, so?
Come on, you and Mom haven't exactly been best friends. You two have had a rocky relationship for as long as I can remember.
That's true, but I promised Dad. It was one of the last things he asked me to do before he passed away. He made me swear I'd take care of Mom.
Dad really put that on you? Even though he knew how hard things were between you and her?
He did, yeah. I think he just didn't want her to be left alone. He asked me to make sure she was comfortable, especially since she's in a wheelchair now.
I don't know how you do it. I mean, I know you love Dad, but caring for Mom all these years, and now you're building a house just for her? That's a huge responsibility.
I know it seems like a lot, but Dad was everything to me. If this was what he needed for peace of mind, I'm happy to do it.
You even took a job where you could work from home so you could be around for her. That's a lot to take on. You don't think you deserve a break?
I've thought about it, but being here for her is something I'm okay with. I knew it would make caregiving easier.
I still feel bad about it, though. I should have done more. You've been carrying this all by yourself.
Don't feel guilty. You've had your own life to take care of. And now, with your job and marriage, you have new responsibilities. I never expected you to carry this burden.
But that's just it. I should have stepped up. I just feel like I've let you down all these years.
You haven't let me down at all. Really, I don't mind. Besides, we're family. We help each other out.
I'm just saying, now that I've got things more settled with my life, I want to make sure I start giving back to you. You've sacrificed so much.
That's sweet of you to say, but don't worry, I'll be fine.
I know, but still, it feels strange thinking about living together again. I haven't lived with you since high school, and that was, almost 10 years ago?
It does feel strange, doesn't it? A decade is a long time.
Yeah, it is. But it'll be nice, right? All of us under one roof again, just like old times.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
What do you mean?
Well, I've been looking at apartments.
Wait, what? Why? Isn't the new house for you, Mom, and me?
Yeah, but it looks like I won't be moving in with you all.
What are you talking about? You built that house. It's yours. Why wouldn't you move in?
Maddie suggested it might be better if I found my own place.
My wife, Maddie, said that? Why?
It's complicated. She feels that it might just be better if just you, her, and Mom lived there.
That doesn't make any sense. You built the house for Mom. You're supposed to live there too.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first, but Maddie brought up some things that made me reconsider.
What things? What did she say?
Well, she pointed out that maybe Mom would be happier living with just you two, that maybe my presence would complicate things.
Complicate things? How? You've been taking care of Mom for years.
I know, but Maddie thinks Mom might be more comfortable without me around. I guess it's more about giving Mom space. She doesn't want her feeling crowded.
That sounds like Maddie's trying to push you out of the picture. Are you sure that's what Mom wants?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't talked to Mom about it yet, but I trust Maddie wouldn't suggest something like this if she didn't think it was for the best.
I don't know, Beth. Something feels off. You've done so much for Mom. You're the one who's been here for her day in and day out.
I'm not upset. If it's better for Mom, then I'm willing to step back. I've always wanted what's best for her.
So, what happens now? You're really gonna move out?
I think so. I'll find a place nearby so that I can still visit often and help when needed. I won't be far.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Maybe it's time for me to have a little space too.
I guess, but it still feels weird.
It does, but sometimes change is necessary. We'll figure it out. And don't worry, I'll still be around if you or Mom need anything. Beth, could you leave the key to the new house in the mailbox? I'll pick it up on moving day. Hey, are you really sure I can't live there with you all? I spent so much money building that house, and now I don't have any money left for a move. No, sister-in-law, we've already been over this. We agreed, didn't we? You're moving out. Actually, I don't recall making such a promise. Oh, stop it already. For once in your life, try considering how your parents must have felt. My parents' feelings? What do you mean? Can you imagine how much it must have pained them to raise a daughter they didn't even like? This is your one and only chance to do something for them. The least you can do is accept our request without causing a scene. I see. Well, I've already done a lot. I built the house, cared for Mom, and tried my best to be a responsible family member. Even though Mom and I never got along, I always considered her family. It looks like that was all just in your head. But I accepted you too, you know. As my brother's wife, I thought of you as part of the family. I welcomed you as someone important to him. Why are you treating me like this? You're supposed to be close to Mom, right? Can't you at least try to convince her to let me stay? Are you serious? Of course not. Why would I do something like that? My share would get smaller. Wait, your share? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the inheritance, of course, and my husband's earnings. What does that have to do with anything? I'm saying that I don't want to share any of that money with you. It's all mine. But the inheritance was already divided between me and my brother. I'm not going after your husband's money. Oh, please. You and your little remote job, you're not making enough to even get by. I'm not risking anything when it comes to my husband's income and our future. That's ridiculous. The inheritance was settled a long time ago, and I don't care about his earnings. Yeah, right. Like I'd believe that. You work from home, and let's face it, that's hardly a real income. All the wealth and earnings belong to me. The only reason I even married your brother was because he was an elite with a fat paycheck. I see. So that's all this was to you? Just money? Of course. What else is there? I've heard enough. Now, I understand what this is all about. So, now that the house is finally finished, my mother-in-law and I will head over there ahead of everyone else. Oh, really? Well, how thoughtful of you to go out of your way like that. I truly appreciate everything you've done for us. You went so far as to build this house just for us. Now we'll never have to worry about finding a place to live for the rest of our lives. Isn't my brother going with you guys? Oh, he said he had some other errands to run, so he left this morning. For now, it's just the two of us heading over to the new house. I see. But honestly, isn't it quite pitiful? Pitiful? What do you mean? I mean, you went to the extent of building an entire house only to end up handing it over to us. If you don't think that's pitiful, then what would you call it? Well, laugh as much as you want. Have you already found a new place for yourself? There's no need for me to discuss that with you. True, but just so you know, mother-in-law mentioned that she's completely severed ties with you. I expected nothing less from her. Well then, I hope you get along well with her. Yes, and do make sure to leave the family home as soon as possible. Hey, what's going on over here? Oh, I see you're contacting me again, despite our arrangement to sever ties. Of course I'm reaching out. Where is the key? I need it to get into the house. The key? What key are you referring to? The key to your house you bought for your mom. I specifically asked you to leave it in the mailbox so that I could pick it up on moving day. Oh, right. I remember you mentioned that. I thought you were joking, so I didn't take it seriously. What? Are you out of your mind? No, I'm completely sane. How can you be so nonchalant about this? Well, the house was purchased by me, so why should I be the one not living there while you and your family are moving in? It just doesn't make sense. I understand that my mother doesn't want to live with me, but why should I be forced out of a house that I paid for with my own money? From a logical standpoint, that really doesn't make any sense, does it? I thought you would at least make arrangements to find yourselves a new apartment. I can't believe you actually plan to live in my house. How could you be so audacious? So, what now? Are we supposed to end up with no place to live? It looks like that might happen if you don't do something about it right away. In that case, you need to start searching for a new place immediately. Would you like me to introduce you to a real estate agent I know? Don't joke around. It's unbelievable that you're pulling this kind of spiteful stunt. Spiteful? You're the one who has been causing all sorts of trouble. What you've done to me is much more spiteful than anything else. What are you talking about? You made me go through the trouble of building the house and then told me to leave. That's not something a decent person would do. But you have to understand, mother-in-law was genuinely looking forward to living in that house. And this is how you repay her? Isn't that just pathetic? I don't care. I have already cut ties with her. She is no longer considered my mother. How can you be so heartless? Heartless? How so? I had to endure daily criticism from her. Despite everything, I cared for her because it was Dad's dying wish. I dedicated my personal time, my shopping, and everything to taking care of her. And now, after building the house, I'm being treated like I'm no longer needed. You're not going to set foot in that house, so find somewhere else to live. So that was your plan all along, wasn't it? Let me make it clear, it wasn't just me who was supposed to live in that house. My husband was also supposed to be part of that plan. I was aware of that. I wonder how he'll react when he finds out. He was so enthusiastic about moving into the house. Just so you know, my husband was still on your side, but after this, he might end up distancing himself from you as well. If my brother decides that, then I have no right to argue. I'm going to contact him right now. And then you'll be left all alone. But don't blame me. That was your own doing. Well, hurry up and contact him. All right, I'll do it even without being told. I've got a lot to sort out with him on this anyway. Mitch, we've got a problem.
Maddie, what's happened?
I can't get into the house that Beth bought. It's locked, and she's refusing to give us the key.
What? How did this happen? Is there some sort of trouble?
It's not a mistake. It's deliberate. Beth is trying to force me and your mother out.
Beth is doing that? But why? I thought she was committed to helping out.
Well, apparently she's changed her mind. She claims that your mother and I are a nuisance and doesn't want us around.
But you and my mom haven't always seen eye to eye with her. Still, I didn't think she'd go this far. Are you sure this is happening?
Absolutely. She built the house for your mother and promised it would be our new home. But now that we've completed all the moving preparations, she's saying we can't enter the house. It's like she's deliberately trying to make our lives difficult.
This sounds like outright harassment.
Doesn't it? I am so frustrated. It's like she's forgotten all the promises she made. This isn't just about moving. It's about her being cruel and unjust.
You really believe this is her trying to harass you, though?
Yes, I do. Why else would she do this if not to cause trouble? It's her way of getting back at us.
Well, let me be clear. The root of this situation isn't just my sister's actions. It all stems from the relationship you and my mom have had with her.
What are you talking about, Mitch? Are you saying this is our fault?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Do you think I'm unaware of what's been going on? This situation didn't just come out of nowhere.
I see. So Beth must have been feeding you lies about us. That's why you're blaming us.
That's not it at all. This situation is more complicated than you're making it out to be. Why else would my sister choose not to live in the house she bought?
Well, she didn't share the details, and neither did you or your mother. I thought it was something you were all aware of.
You should have questioned the situation more thoroughly. The person who built the house wasn't planning to live there, and you didn't think that was strange?
I didn't question it because I'm not familiar with these family dynamics.
If you had any common sense, you would have seen that forcing your sister-in-law out was wrong.
But it was your mother who was the one being unreasonable.
And yet you sided with her instead of trying to find a solution. You also reported it as if my sister was at fault. I'm disappointed in both you and my mom for how you've handled this.
Wait a minute. Let's not jump to conclusions.
Think about how much effort my sister put into supporting my mom. She went through a lot to build the house. It was a huge financial burden, and she took on a massive mortgage just for my mom's sake.
But wasn't the home purchased with your father's inheritance?
No, Beth didn't use any inheritance money for this. She loved our dad deeply and wanted to preserve his legacy. She earned the money herself and used it to buy the house. And yet you and my mom are trying to push her out of the house she worked so hard to secure. I will not forgive this. Don't contact me again about this.
Mitch, wait. Mitch, please answer me.
I'm done discussing this. Your actions have consequences, and I'm not willing to tolerate them anymore.
Please, Mitch, listen to me. We're in a difficult situation, and I need your help.
You should have thought about the repercussions before making these decisions. I'm not going to support or condone any more of this behavior.
What am I supposed to do now? We are out of options, and I don't know where to turn.
I'm sorry, but this is the path you've chosen. It's time to face the reality of the situation.
So you're just going to leave us to deal with this all on our own?
You need to take responsibility for the choices you've made. It's not fair to expect others to clean up your mess.
Fine, I understand. But please, don't turn your back on us entirely.
I'm not turning my back, but I can't support actions that I believe are unjust. It's up to you to find a solution.
I'll figure something out, but I want you to come back to me soon, okay?
Good luck. I hope you figure some way out of the problem you created for my mom and you. But don't expect me to be coming back to you both anytime soon.
Wait, but Mitch...
Goodbye, Maddie.
You really went and told my husband about all this, didn't you? Told him? What are you talking about? Because of you, I can't get in touch with him anymore. Oh, that. Well, I did mention to him that there might be problems with moving into the new house. He asked for details and I gave them, but it wasn't snitching, I just answered his questions. So what you're saying is we can't actually move into the new house? Given that you and my mom tried to push me out, it's not surprising that you won't be able to live there. Well, it's not the end of the world. I'm not too worried about not being able to move into that house. Oh, really? You don't mind? Yes, really. I was thinking of moving into the new house because you said you built it, but if you don't want us there, fine. I still have my apartment with my husband, so we'll just live there with your mother. Oh, that's actually a good alternative. It's great that you've thought of something. But isn't your husband quite upset about all this? He's definitely not happy, but he won't just abandon his mother. He's not the kind of person who would leave her in a lurch like that. So if we end up living together, this argument should blow over soon enough. That might be the case. And you'll just be all alone in the new house. Whether I'll be alone or not is uncertain, but I'm pretty sure you won't have a home to go back to. What do you mean? My brother told me he's already started the process to end the lease on that apartment. He's ending the lease? Yes, as soon as I updated him about the situation, he took immediate steps to cancel it. But he said the lease termination was still some time away. It seems that once he received my report, he acted swiftly to terminate the lease. Why would he do that? He saw firsthand how much effort I put into caring for our mom, and he was frustrated that you and her had ignored that. He decided it was necessary to act quickly. So, what about my husband? He's found another place to live, and he's made it clear that he won't be sharing that information with you or our mom. This is unbelievable! So, you and my mom will need to find a new place. Finding a new place shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, you're quite confident about that. Of course, we have the money to find a new home. It's not an issue. Money? But aren't you and my mom both out of work? We have resources. There's still the inheritance from your father. Oh, really? Oh, you seem to be quite uninformed then. What are you talking about? My mom has already blown through that inheritance on some dubious investments. What? That's impossible! It's very possible. If you don't believe me, ask her yourself. She poured all the money into risky ventures and lost it all. I had no idea about this. I'm not surprised. Knowing my mom, she wouldn't openly discuss her financial mishaps with anyone. That old hag! Please don't speak about my mom that way. So you're just leaving her behind now? I've done everything I could for my mom. I put up with her constant criticism for my dad's sake, but now that she's rejected me, I'm under no obligation to continue. My mom chose you, and I'm stepping aside for her happiness. I will leave it to you to care for my mom now. So, you're really abandoning her? I'm not abandoning her. I'm simply no longer responsible for her well-being. You and my mom will need to figure things out on your own. I can't believe how selfish you're being. Selfish? I'm just setting boundaries. I've given more than enough, and now it's time for me to focus on my own life. And what if things don't go as planned? What if you end up needing support? I'll handle that if it happens. Right now, I'm focusing on making a fresh start and moving forward with my life. You really think everyone will be fine just like that? I believe so. I've made the necessary arrangements to ensure my future is secure. And what about us? Where does that leave us? It leaves you and Mom with the task of finding a new place to live. I hope you're prepared for that challenge. You've made things incredibly difficult for us, though. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm not responsible for your situation after what you both did to me. I'm just trying to move forward. You know, this could have been handled differently. You didn't have to make things so harsh. I did what I thought was necessary. Sometimes harsh decisions are needed to move on from a difficult situation. But where is the compassion in that? We're all still family, after all. Family doesn't mean we have to live together under every circumstance. We all have to do what's best for ourselves. And I don't remember either of you ever treating me like I was part of the family. I know. But what if you end up regretting this decision? I doubt I will. I'm confident that this is the best choice for me right now. And if things fall apart? I'll face that when it comes. For now, I'm focusing on the positive aspects of my new beginning. You really are heartless, you know. Heartless? I'm just trying to prioritize my own well-being. I've done a lot for my mom, and now it's time for me to focus on myself. And what about the future? What if you need support from us? I don't anticipate needing support. I've planned ahead and made sure that I'm prepared for any eventualities. Well, I hope you're right. Not like either one of you ever supported me in the first place anyway. Now, I've got a bunch of other things going on. Please let my mom know that I'm not going to forgive either one of you after what you've done and will no longer be coming back. Goodbye. Wait, Beth! I can't wait to start my new life in my new home. So, in the end, Maddie decided to divorce you and won't be living with Mom anymore, right?
Yes, it's true. I have indeed decided to leave Maddie and not stay with Mom. I had a feeling that Maddie would eventually abandon Mom. It seems like she was only interested in Dad's inheritance.
Exactly. Maddie's interest was always in Dad's estate. She treated Mom kindly all this time just to secure her position. It's clear now that she had ulterior motives.
It's so disheartening to see that my own wife would go to such lengths to get what she wants. But I suppose that's no surprise given what we've seen so far. Yes, it's disappointing, but now we need to think about what to do with Mom.
What's the plan for her?
As we discussed before, I'll be putting her into a care facility. The cost of that will be covered by me.
Are you sure you can handle it? With the divorce and everything, won't it be difficult?
Don't worry about that. I know I've asked you to take care of Mom for so long, so this is the least I can do. I want to make sure she's well taken care of, especially since Maddie is out of the picture.
I appreciate that, but what about you? Are you okay with everything? It sounds like you're going through a lot.
Don't worry about me. I've grown up a lot and I can handle things on my own now. I'm an adult and I've learned to take care of myself and make my own decisions.
I see. That's strange how quickly things have changed. I remember when you were younger and now you're handling everything so maturely. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Beth. It hasn't been easy, but I've had to step up. Losing Maddie is tough, but I know it's for the best. It's time for a new chapter, both for me and for Mom, hopefully.
Absolutely. It's important to move forward. And as for me, I want to focus on my own happiness from now on. After everything that's happened, I think it's time for me to prioritize what I want.
That sounds like a good plan. You deserve to be happy. I hope you find what you're looking for and live a fulfilling life.
Thank you. I'll need to think about what truly makes me happy. I guess in a way, I've always focused so much on taking care of everyone else that I forgot to take care of myself.
It's understandable. Sometimes when you're busy taking care of others, you neglect your own needs. But now is the time for you to find joy and contentment in your own life.
Yes, it is. And it's comforting to know that you're taking charge of things. It's reassuring to see how responsible you've become.
Well, I've had to learn quickly. Life throws unexpected challenges at us, and we have to adapt. It's been a journey, but I'm getting there.
I can see that. And even though we've had our differences in the past, I want you to know that I support you. I'm here for you, and we're in this together.
Thanks, Beth. I feel the same way. Despite everything, we're family and we need to support each other. I'm glad we're able to talk openly and share our thoughts.
Me too. It's been a difficult time, but talking things through helps. I hope that moving forward we can both find peace and happiness.
I hope so too. It's important to find closure and move on from the past. We've been through a lot, but we can start anew and focus on creating a better future.
Yes, exactly. And with everything that's happened, I've learned to appreciate the little things more. Life's too short to dwell on the negatives.
That's a great outlook. We should cherish the good moments and make the most of what we have. It's the best way to honor the memories and move forward positively.
Absolutely. And with Mom hopefully going to a good place and us finding our own paths, I think we can finally start to rebuild and find our own happiness.
Yes, let's do that. We've been through so much, and now it's time for us to take control of our lives and create a future that we can be proud of.
Agreed. Here's to new beginnings and finding joy in the journey ahead. We've got this.
We do. And no matter what happens, we'll face it together. Thanks for being here and for understanding. It means a lot.
Anytime. I'm always here for you. Let's move forward with hope and determination.
Sounds like a plan. Let's embrace the future and make the most of every opportunity that comes our way.
After losing her place to live, Maddie initially tried to return to her parents' home, hoping to find refuge and a semblance of stability. However, the situation was far more complicated than she had anticipated. My brother had already informed her parents about everything that had transpired, including the contentious issues and family disputes. This disclosure ignited a furious reaction from her parents, who were outraged by Maddie's actions and decisions. Her parents' anger was palpable and intense, leaving Maddie with no choice but to seek alternative solutions. Her attempts to reconcile or find a way back to her family home were thwarted. The relationship with her parents was now irreparably damaged, and Maddie found herself isolated from her own family. The support she had hoped for was now completely out of reach. In the immediate aftermath of this family fallout, Maddie sought temporary refuge with friends. She stayed at their homes, hoping for some stability and a chance to regroup. However, this arrangement was short-lived. While it provided a temporary solution, it was clear that she could not remain a guest indefinitely. The instability of her situation soon forced her to look for a more permanent solution. After a challenging and stressful search, Maddie managed to secure a small, inexpensive apartment. This apartment, while modest and far from ideal, was a place she could call her own. It was a necessary step towards regaining some semblance of independence and control over her life. Despite the new apartment offering a roof over her head, Maddie's financial situation remained precarious. To support herself financially, Maddie took on a part-time job at a convenience store. However, this new job brought its own set of challenges. Adjusting to the fast-paced environments and the demands of the role proved difficult for her. She struggled with the tasks and often found herself overwhelmed by the expectations set by her manager and coworkers. The pressure and constant criticism took a toll on her, and the stress of trying to meet job requirements only compounded her difficulties. Her daily experiences at the convenience store were marked by frustration and dissatisfaction. Maddie's inability to cope with the demands of the job led to frequent absences. Her lack of commitment and the repeated failures to show up for work did not go unnoticed by her employer. The consequences of her actions were swift. She was eventually terminated from her position at the store. The loss of her job only exacerbated her financial struggles and deepened her sense of despair. With her job gone, Maddie's financial situation deteriorated further. She struggled to manage her expenses and soon found herself accumulating debt. The mounting pressure of debt collectors and unpaid bills created a constant state of anxiety and fear. Maddie's life had become a daily struggle to avoid confrontation with those seeking repayment and to find ways to make ends meet. In the midst of this turmoil, Maddie's life became a series of attempts to stay afloat. Her situation was increasingly dire, and the financial strain led her to borrow more money to cover her basic needs. The cycle of borrowing and accumulating debt created a spiral of stress and uncertainty. Each day was a battle to navigate the challenges of her new reality while trying to avoid further financial pitfalls. Meanwhile, my family's decision to place their mother into a care facility was carried out as planned. Despite the decision being made with the intention of providing her with care, my family never visited the facility. This absence left my mom in a state of loneliness and isolation, marking her remaining years with a sense of abandonment. The decision to place her in the facility was practical, but the emotional distance from her family compounded her suffering. Maddie's life was marked by a stark contrast to the reality of my mom's situation. The struggle for stability and the relentless pursuit of solutions highlighted the broader challenges faced by individuals in difficult circumstances. Her experience was a reflection of the emotional and practical difficulties that can arise from strained family relationships and financial instability. As Maddie continued to navigate the consequences of her decisions and the impact of those around her, it became evident that her path forward would be fraught with obstacles. The challenges she faced in securing stable employment and managing her finances illustrated the difficulties of rebranding life after significant setbacks. Her story became a testament to the resilience required to overcome adversity and the profound effects of family dynamics on individual lives. The cycle of hardship and isolation that Maddie experienced underscored the broader struggles faced by those who find themselves without support and resources. Her journey was marked by the continuous effort to cope with the fallout of past actions and to find a way to move forward amidst overwhelming challenges. The stark contrast between her struggles and my family's detachment revealed the emotional and practical complexities of navigating life's difficulties. In summary, Maddie's life was a series of challenging events and difficult adjustments. The loss of family support, combined with the burden of financial strain and job instability, created a daunting reality for her to live with forever.
Madeline, is it true that your boyfriend is a doctor? I was hearing that from a few of the other workers today.
Ruby, you heard about that from them?
I knew it was true then. What is with this, gosh dang it? I love to gossip about other people's love lives. So, next time when you go out telling people, make sure to include me. I'm sure you weren't trying to hide any of this from me, right?
Well, no, but this isn't something that everyone in the whole company needs to hear about.
Huh? Why not, though? You have a boyfriend who's a doctor now, making your future very safe. You should be going around the office bragging about something like that, right?
Well, I'm sure that my boyfriend's a very amazing man and all that, but I don't think he's the kind of guy that I need to be bragging about here.
Huh? What the heck? You telling me that you're trying to be some modest woman now? If I were you, I'd be bragging every which way around here. So, where did the two of you end up meeting?
You could call him a friend of one of my friends from college. They were nice enough to introduce me to him and such.
What? I should have known you had someone to show you to him. But man, I don't have anyone around me that could show me to some kind of doctor who wants to date. Everyone in my group is below me.
Well, I'm sure that not many people are friends with doctors on such close levels. If you keep thinking that everyone's below you, you'll miss the right man for you, right?
Huh? What the heck? Are you trying to act like my mom right now, telling me crap like that? Well, good for you. You have yourself a doctor for a boyfriend now. You feel like you're above me now, so of course you'd try to give me some insight.
I'm not trying to act above you or anything. I'm just trying to recommend that you treat those in your group with a bit more respect. And if you do that, instead of saying they're below you, you might have a better chance at finding someone to date. I think you're the only one that's acting above everyone else now.
What? There's no way. I know that the truth is you have to have amazing people around you to introduce you to even more amazing people. Right? And since I need myself someone amazing to show me around, can you introduce me to your boyfriend?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. Introduce me to your boyfriend. Then he will be able to show me to one of his single doctor friends.
Oh, that's what you mean.
What? Did you get all worried there for a second? Were you getting scared that I might come and steal your boyfriend from you? Stop that, please. I would never do something like that to anyone.
That doesn't seem very authentic of you, though.
Does this mean you're talking about Allie? Well, about that, it just happens that her boyfriend fell in love with me. I didn't do anything to take him from her.
Is that so? I'm sorry, but I don't really trust you on that one yet. Well, it's over now, so I shouldn't ask you any more about it.
Anyway, show me to your boyfriend, please. I only have so much time left before I need to get married, okay?
Hold on, though. Whatever happened with you and Allie's ex? Weren't you dating him?
I'm over him now. He wasn't making that much money compared to a lot of other people. And I just never saw him getting anywhere else in life. So, I want to find someone better to jump onto.
What? That right there is terrible, Ruby. After taking her boyfriend from her, you just went and dumped him after a few months? And saying that you want to jump onto someone else now? Don't you think that what you've done has caused a lot of harm for others already?
Why are you asking me all of these things? Wait, was she some kind of friend to you? Well, I'll just tell you now that I didn't mean anything bad by doing that. This is a world where love is the most powerful emotion, right? If she wanted to keep him around with her, then maybe she should have tried harder to show her love for him, right?
I'm not saying anything like that. I just think that what you've done to someone like her was not okay. And that I feel bad now that you didn't even hold on to her ex afterwards.
You're kind of crazy, Madeline. You're a bit scary as well. If you keep talking like that about other people's situations, you're going to die young. I can see already that you're stressing over things like that. And those wrinkles on your face aren't receding anytime soon. So be careful.
Whatever. Either way, I am not showing my boyfriend to you. Just try your best to go out and find a high-level man that you think would be interested in you.
Huh? Well, if you say so. All right. I'll do everything in my power to find my high-level man. Now that I think about it, are you okay, Madeline? There hasn't been anything else upsetting you, right? I think by this point you can say something to the police about him.
Please do. Allie, you've been worried about me? Thank you. But look, I'm feeling a lot better now. He's started to slow down a bit recently, so I think I can begin to relax again.
Is that so? Thank goodness. But make sure not to be negligent of what he can do. You've already started to get ready to move into your man's house now, right?
Yeah, I've already gotten everything packed up. I actually plan to move to his place tomorrow.
That fast, huh? Perfect. If you have anything you need my help with, just ask. I have a lot of time on my hands, so I can be there anytime. Like tomorrow, I can be over there right after work to help out.
Thank you. I'm sure if I have anything for you, I'll ask. When I do, you'd better be here.
Sure thing.
Also, now that we're talking a bit here, there's something else I should mention. Ruby was at the bus stop that I get off at normally a few days ago.
Why the hell is she going to your bus stop now? Please don't tell me that she's really trying to get to your boyfriend that badly.
Well, I think that's what she's been up to.
But why does she know about your boyfriend? I thought everyone was keeping that a secret from her.
Well, apparently a week ago she was listening in on a conversation that a couple of other workers were having, and she was able to hear something about him.
Wait, what? What the hell is wrong with her? Does she not have anything else she could be doing besides stealing people's boyfriends? She needs to learn to go out and find a man of her own instead of taking ours.
She really does. And what do you think she said to me back then? She told me that love is the strongest emotion in the world, but she never seems to have it herself.
The hell does she think she's talking about? She's probably never loved someone in her life, that thieving whore.
Exactly. But at least after what she'd done to you, you found yourself a better man and are happy, right?
That's right. I'm very happy now with my new boyfriend. And that's why I don't give a crap about Ruby or my screwed up ex. But hearing that she's still trying to steal other people's boyfriends just makes me feel all angry inside again.
Well, I can understand that. But to be honest, your ex is also very lucky, because after being stolen from you by her, she ended up leaving him as well.
What the heck? Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm sure that in my ex's case, he wasn't really into her anyway either. And was more or less just bored with me and wanted to try something different. That's how a lot of men are. And why they are stolen by that freak so easily. I should really thank Ruby, actually, for taking that guy out of my life.
Right? Any man that's able to slip up and be taken away that easily is far too dangerous to keep around. And that's probably why Ruby has gotten so far invested in her game, is because there are a lot of men willing to jump ship for her out of boredom. But what's crazy is that she seems to do it out of jealousy more than actual love.
Oh, she's just that type of idiot girl. She keeps that game up, she'll never truly be happy with whatever man she's with. All the men she ends up taking are cruddy themselves. Listen to me dissing Ruby and my ex like this.
But you're right about what you're saying. That ex of yours, just like a lot of other men, really did seem like the type to mess around with other women.
Jeez.
She asked me to introduce her to my boyfriend. But do you actually think I'd do something like that with the history she has?
Who would ever introduce their boyfriend to her? That's just her way of getting ready to steal him from you, right? But I know that your boyfriend isn't the type to leave you for her.
I doubt he would. He's seen a lot of women like her that are all into men's money, but he hates all of them.
In this day and age, there are all kinds of women like Ruby, actually, that are only into men for their money.
Right? They might all look cute, but everyone knows their goals.
I guess Ruby really is the type to keep on stealing other men because those who actually have money will never settle for her. And if they did, I wonder what would happen.
Well, anyway, if something between her and I happens again, I'll let you know.
Madeline, were you planning on getting married to your boyfriend? In other words, you and him are engaged?
What are you talking about right now? Ah, you're right. He and I are engaged to one another, but we only just got engaged recently, so...
Is that so? Well, then I'm seriously sorry about what's happened. I might have accidentally stolen another man again.
Huh? What are you really talking about here?
I've just gotten engaged to the man you've been together with. I really am a pain in all you guys' butts now, aren't I? I've once again gone and stolen another man from you older women at work. I'm so sorry.
Huh? What are you actually going on about right now, Ruby? I really don't think you've stolen my man from me.
I understand the feeling of not wanting to grasp the scary reality that's in front of you. But him and I are going to have a gorgeous wedding that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm jumping for joy right now thinking about it.
This isn't about me grasping reality or not.
But this is the truth, so you're going to have to get real about it. And so I'll tell you once more. I'm sorry, but I've stolen your Dr. Fiancé from you. But I am thankful that an old woman like you would be willing to give him to me without fighting at all.
Are you certain that that's really my boyfriend that you've taken? And actually, where did you first run into him?
I met him right in front of your house. Don't you remember running into me at the bus stop near your house when we both looked the other way from one another?
Well, you seemed pretty upset to see me back then, Ruby.
Well, after running into you like that, I thought I'd take a trip over to your house. And so I followed you home.
That right there is you telling me you're a stalker, then. Why didn't you just talk to me more if you had something to say?
Well, I just didn't want to deal with you at the time. But after following you to your house, I was able to write down where it was before going home myself. I had other plans, so I couldn't do anything on that day.
This is a really odd story. So you stalked me to find my house and then wrote down the address to come back another time? That sounds like the making of a criminal.
Don't call me something like that. But hey, because I was able to come and find your house, I was able to meet your boyfriend later on. And I heard you and him got into a fight. How awful. You kicked him out of the house and everything.
Huh? I don't ever remember a thing like that with my boyfriend, though.
Well, he was just standing there in front of your house, pacing back and forth. And so I went up to him and asked what had been happening. That's when he told me you got into a fight with him and kicked him out of the house. And right then and there, I picked him up and took him home with me.
I see what's going on now.
All I had to do was be a little kind to him, and he immediately came running after me. So now, I'll be taking him as my boyfriend. Thank you so much for giving me your fiancé and doctor.
And thank you very much as well. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because that man was a complete bother to me.
Stop trying to be all tough about this. I'm sure that you're shocked by all of this and are finding it hard to catch a breath. Sorry. A young and beautiful woman like me can never lose to an old hag like you.
No, I'm seriously thankful for what you've done. That man has been stalking me for months now.
Huh? What do you mean?
That guy's been following me everywhere for the past few months now. I had been trying to tell the police about him, but I've had little evidence. And so I moved out of my old house and am living in my fiancé's home. Actually, it was the day of me moving into his house that he proposed to me.
Wait a second. What do you mean? I haven't ever been over to his house yet, but...
That guy you're with probably doesn't even have a job right now. And if he does, he's probably working minimum wage and stalks all kinds of women daily. I think me being a bit too nice to him before is what got him so interested in me. He was the cashier at a gas station I stopped at, and maybe he's a sucker for nice women.
You're lying, right? But he's a doctor.
Did he say that? Well, that's a blatant lie. Probably just said that to get you to fall in love with him. Telling you he works an amazing job that was all too easy for him, right? Just like you'd done when you took Allie's boyfriend from her. Well, good luck, because he's been a really persistent stalker with me.
This is all lies. You're just trying to get me all worked up now because you're a sore loser, right? Him and I have already handed in our marriage paperwork to the city office and everything now. And I was planning on becoming a housewife and already told the company I quit.
Wait, what? Sucks for you. Well, I'm sure you'll know very soon if I'm telling the truth or not.
Wait. If you're actually telling the truth, then I'm actually screwed, right? I've already started talking about having a wedding with him.
Well, it's your fault for thinking you can just steal other people's boyfriends like that. But you both like to stalk other people, so I think you'll be a great couple. Maybe try your best to save up whatever money the two of you can for that expensive wedding. I hope that a whore like you gets whatever happiness is left for you after what you've done to people. After that, Madeline was able to distance herself a bit from Ruby and had an amazing wedding with her husband, and was then able to leave her job and become a housewife. There she was able to begin the dream she had always been chasing after. Never had to really look back at the past that Ruby had been trying so hard to keep her in. I'd say that this time, Madeline really did dodge the worst bullet anyone could be hit by, and she did so without even getting a scratch in the end. But as for Ruby, she was not willing to marry the stalker anymore, as she began to learn very quickly that he was going to be more than just a burden on her shoulders. Before the wedding could even begin, he was saying creepy things to Ruby, that even for a girl like her who had very little brain cells began to really turn her off, and so she ended up canceling the wedding with him. However, she wasn't going to get away without paying the cancellation fee, and so went into extreme debt with all of the loans she had to take out. And it wasn't just the cost of canceling the wedding that she had to pay either, as the stalker also asked that she pay him back for breaking their engagement promise with one another. And if she didn't, he'd make sure she never got to see the end of things between them. So it's going to be a long time before Ruby can pay off all the loans she's taken out. And I'm sure that'll keep her anchored in the hell she asked for. And as for there being anything to force both Ruby and Madeline to be around each other, there is nothing, as the both of them have left their jobs at the office, so neither one of them will ever have a chance to talk to one another anymore. Therefore, not many people really know about what's happened to Ruby after going into such terrible debt and running off. It's funny to think that she got off so much to making other women feel horrible by stealing their boyfriends, but is now feeling the worst after getting what she'd asked for. I'm at least sure that now men are no longer on the mind of Ruby, as she tries to find a way out of the hell she's fallen into. And that's okay, because no man, or woman, would ever want to have someone like Ruby chasing after them. Because we all know now that she's bringing nothing but bad news with her.